Midea split-type air conditioners maintenance guidance. This video introduces the universal maintenance procedure of split-system air conditioner. There can be some differences between the units in this video with the ones of yours. This video is divided into two parts. First is the replacement for the key components. Second is the maintenance guidance for air conditioners. During the maintaining, you could possibly replace the components as below: compressor, high pressure valve assembly, reactor, fan motor, main PCB, IPM module. When error occurred, the error code will be shown on the display board of the indoor unit. The common malfunctions of inverter air conditioner are as follows: EEPROM chip error, indoor-outdoor units communication error, zero crossing signal detection error, indoor-outdoor fan speed has been out of control, temperature sensor open circuit or short circuit, IPM malfunction or IGBT over strong current, over voltage or over low voltage protection, high temperature protection of compressor top, inverter compressor drive error. Caution: please operate the maintenance of your air conditioner according to the service manual. Measure the voltage. Caution: except for checking the voltage and error codes, all other operations must be carried out without the power connection. For safety reasons, the voltage should be checked before operating the unit. Measure the voltage between P and N via multimeter. If the value is lower than 36 volts, the maintenance operation can start. When the display board of indoor unit displays E0 or F4, that indicates EEPROM chip error. EEPROM, a read-only memory whose contents can be erased and reprogrammed using a pulsed voltage. Malfunction decision conditions. Indoor or outdoor PCB main chip does not receive feedback from EEPROM chip. Shut the power off, then turn it on 2 minutes later. If it is still displaying E0 error code, then replace the indoor main PCB. If it is still displaying F4 error code, replace the outdoor main PCB. When the indoor unit displays E1, that indicates indoor or outdoor unit's communication error. This failure could be caused by inappropriate wiring or main PCB error. Note: there are two kinds of communication: Midea's 485 communication and Midea's current loop communication. Most of Midea's light commercial inverter air conditioners adopt Midea's 485 communication. Malfunction decision conditions. Indoor unit does not receive the feedback from outdoor unit during 110 seconds, and this condition happens 4 times continuously. Shut the power off, then turn the unit on 2 minutes later. Measure the voltage between N and S of outdoor unit. Select voltage DC position, then connect the red pin of multimeter to N ports, the black pin to S port. If the AC is operating normally, the voltage is moving alternately as positive values and negative values. If the voltage has always been the positive value, possible malfunction may be occurred on the outdoor unit. Main attention should be paid to the outdoor unit. Check the wiring of the outdoor unit, which includes the power wires and the connecting wires between the indoor and the outdoor unit. Check the wiring of L and S of the outdoor PCB. Check if the wiring of the electric reactors of the outdoor unit is well connected. Measure the resistance value of the reactor. The normal resistance value should be within the range of 0 to 1 ohm. If not, replace the reactor. If the error still exists after the maintenance procedure above, replace the outdoor PCB. If the error still exists, replace the indoor PCB. If the voltage is a fixed value, possible malfunction should have occurred on the indoor unit. Main attention should be paid for the indoor unit. Check the wiring of the indoor unit, which includes the power wires and the connecting wires between indoor and outdoor units. Check the wiring of L, N, S of the indoor PCB. If the error still exists after the maintenance above, replace the indoor PCB. If error still exists, replace the outdoor PCB. When the indoor unit displays E2, that indicates zero crossing signal detection error. This failure could be caused by erratic power supply or main PCB error. Malfunction decision conditions. When PCB does not receive zero crossing signal feedback for 4 minutes, or the zero crossing signal time internal is abnormal. Shut the power off, then turn the unit on 2 minutes later. If the error still exists, replace the indoor PCB. When the display board of indoor unit displays E3 or F5, that indicates the malfunction of fan motor speed being out of control. Malfunction decision conditions. When indoor fan speed keeps too low, 300 RPM, for certain time, the unit will stop and the LED will display the failure. The failure may be caused by 1. Wiring error, 2. Faulty fan, 3. Faulty fan motor, 4. Faulty MAN PCB board. Shut the power off, then turn it on 2 minutes later. If the error still exists, shut the power off, then check the fan. Rotate the fan by hand. Check whether the fan is blocked or rotating normally, and whether the screws which fix the fan have been tightened enough. If the fan is normal, check the wiring of the fan motor according to the wiring diagram. Commonly, there are 3 kinds of DC fan motors with different pins. First, DC motor with a 5 cores pin, which has a control chip inside itself. Second, DC motor with 2 pins, 3 cores pin and 5 cores pin. The control chip for it is on the main PCB board. Separately, 3 cores pin connects to the power supply. 5 cores pins is used for signal transmission. The third DC motor with a 3-cores pin, which has the control chip in itself. Examination for the indoor fan motor. Taking AC motor with feedback as an example, it has 2 pins. Separately, 3-cores pin connects to the power supply. 5-cores pin is used for signal transmission. If the connection is correct, check the fan motor. Examination for main PCB board. DC motor with feedback and its control chip is on the board. Turn the power on. When the unit is in standby mode, measure the voltage of pin 4 to 5 in feedback signal connector. Examination for main PCB board. DC motor with control chip in itself. Turn the power on. When the unit is in standby mode, measure the voltage between pin 1 to pin 3, pin 4 to pin 3 in fan motor connector. If the value of the voltage is not within the range shown in the table. Examination for main PCB board. AC motor with feedback. Turn the power on and set the unit as running in high-speed mode. 15 seconds later, measure the voltage of pin 1 to pin 2 in fan motor connector. If the value of the voltage is lower than 100 volts, 208 to 240 volts power supply, or 50 volts, 115 volts power supply, the PCB must have problems and needs to be replaced. If the value of the voltage is normal, the fan motor needs to be replaced. If the error still exists, replace the main PCB. When indoor unit displays E4, E5, E6, F1, F2, F3, those indicate open or short circuit of the temperature sensor. Malfunction decision conditions. If the sampling voltage is lower than 0.06 volts or higher than 4.94 volts, the LED will display the failure. The error could be caused by 1. Wiring mistake, 2. Faulty sensor, 3. Faulty PCB. This is T1, indoor room temperature sensor. This is T2, evaporator temperature sensor. This is T3, condenser temperature sensor. This is T4, outdoor ambient room temperature sensor. This is T5, compressor discharge temperature sensor. Check the wiring of sensor for different main board. This structure is T3, T4, T5, sensors being integrated onto a sub-patch. This structure is T3, T4, being for the sub-patch. T5 inserted in the main control board. If the wiring of the sensor is correct, check the resistance value of the sensor. Remove the protective buckle. Pull out the plug. Measure the resistance value of T3, T4, T5 sensor. The resistance value refers to the characteristic table. If the value is abnormal, replace the sensor. If the resistance value is normal, replace the main control board. When the indoor unit displays EC, that indicates the refrigerant leakage detection error. The failure could be caused by 1. T2 coil temperature of evaporator error. 2. Indoor main PCB error. 3. Refrigerant system error. Shut the power off and turn it on 2 minutes later. If the error still exists, Check if there is cool air blowing out from the indoor air outlet. If there is cool air blowing out, check whether T2 sensor is well fixed and measure the resistance value of T2 to ensure the sensor works well. If the error still exists, replace the indoor PCB. If there is refrigerant oil on the joint, apply soapy water or leak detector to check if the system has any leakage. If there is any leakage in the system, repair the leakage. Then vacuum and recharge the refrigerant. If the error still exists, replace the high pressure valve. When indoor unit displays P0, P4, that indicates IPM module fault or IGBT over voltage protection. Malfunction decision conditions. P0. When the voltage signal that IPM sends to compressor drive chip is abnormal, the display LED will show P0 and the air conditioner will turn off. Malfunction decision conditions. P4. An abnormal inverter compressor drive is detected by a special detection circuit, including communication signal detection, voltage detection, compressor rotation speed signal detection, and so on. The failure could be caused by 1. Wiring mistakes, 2. IPM error, 3. Outdoor fan motor error, 4. Compressor error, 5. Outdoor main PCB error, 6. System pressure error, 7. Heat dissipation error. Check the wiring between the main PCB and the compressor. If the wiring is correct, check if IPM is operating well. Check the resistance value between P and U, V, W. The normal value should be as megohm order of magnitude, and each two values are equal. Check the resistance between N and U, V, W. The normal value should be as megohm order of magnitude, and each two values are equal. If the result is not, replace the IPM board or replace the main PCB. Check if ventilation of the outdoor unit goes well. Check if the outdoor fan operates well, then find solutions according to the solution for the malfunction of fan motors being out of control. Check the resistance value of the compressor terminal, and check if the compressor is working well. The normal resistance value of each two terminals are equal. If the resistance are not equal, replace the compressor. If the error still exists, replace the outdoor main PCB. When indoor unit displays P1, that indicates over voltage or over low voltage protection. Malfunction decision conditions. An abnormal voltage rise or drop is detected by checking the specified voltage detection circuit. The failure could be caused by 1. Power supply error. 2. System leakage or blockage. 3. PCB error. Check whether the voltage is normal. If the voltage is abnormal, stop the unit. If the voltage is normal, check whether the power wires of the terminal in indoor unit and signal wires are good. If not, correct the connections or replace the wires. After confirmation that the wire is good when the unit is in standby mode, check if the voltage between P and N is around 310 volts. Then start up the unit. Measure the voltage between P and N and see if it's within 220 volts to 400 volts. If the voltage is abnormal, replace the IPM board. After the maintenance above, there could be two cases. If the voltage is normal, check the wiring of the reactor. If the wire is well connected, measure the resistance value of the reactor. The normal resistance value should be around 0 ohms. If not, replace a new reactor. If the error still exists, replace the outdoor main board. When the indoor unit displays P2, that indicates over temperature protection of compressor's top. Malfunction decision conditions. If the sampling voltage is not 5 volts, the LED will display the failure. The failure could be caused by 1. The refrigeration system error. 2. The main PCB error. Check if the ventilation of the indoor unit and the outdoor unit is obstructed. Clear up the air inlet and outlet, or the heat exchanger of indoor and outdoor units to make sure the ventilation is well. If the error still exists, shut the power off and turn it on 10 minutes later. If the error still exists, check the temperature of compressor's top. If the temperature of the compressor's top is higher than 100 degrees Celsius, it could be the refrigeration error. If there is refrigerant oil on the joint, apply soapy water or leak detector to check if there is any leakage of the system. If there is any leakage in the system, repair the leakage, then vacuum and recharge the refrigerant. If the refrigeration system is blocked, replace the high-pressure valve. If the temperature of compressor's top is lower than 100 degrees Celsius, check if the wiring of the overload protector is well connected. If the wiring of the overload protector is well, check the resistance value of the 2 ports of the overload protector. The normal value should be around 0. Otherwise, replace the overload protector. If the error still exists, replace the outdoor main PCB.